I grew up in a steel town in the east. My dad worked in steel mills. At some point in my teens, I guess I decided I didn't want to really work in a steel mill. It was back in get back to the land days of the 60s. Oranges had always intrigued me, being from the east and seeing travel logs and newsreels of orange groves. We started farming conventionally, and we were using the conventional chemicals and fertilizers that all of my neighbors were using at that time. And as our son came along and was born up here, I started thinking more about going back to an organic approach. I was a little afraid to tackle so many acres organically. I was familiar with organic gardening on a small scale, like a 50 by 100 garden, but somehow I was just too intimidated by trying to do 20 acres that way. But for his health and just our general principles that we were trying to live by, we knew it was time to make a transition, and there were support groups starting to come along in the organic world, so that we managed to find our way along. It took a while, but we've been farming organically now for about 27 years. I just hope we can stay here and just keep doing it as long as our health is good and there's a desire for what we do. Well, we have a grandson now. I guess what would make me happy is that he might become interested in farming. Our own son, who loves it out here, has more, kind of gone back and lived in the Bay Area doing environmental restoration work. So, I mean, he's in a pretty good industry and a righteous one, but the farming didn't feel really cut out for it, I guess. But perhaps his little boy and my grandson might be. That would be fun. Get him out here and get him involved in it. Somebody to carry it on. I worry about that, is that someday that somebody would get a hold of the place and this stuff wouldn't mean much to them. It would be like just a landscape feature rather than a lifestyle. So you can see it's full of juice. I'm just gonna have a little taste. Yeah, that orange is ready. Delicious. Got just the right sugar and acid balance in it. Well, it warms my heart to know that people are appreciating what you do, because even though we have to have the bottom line, as in any business, we have to make a profit at the end of the day. It's getting there is so much more satisfactory when you're working with people like the Fruit Guys, who appreciate organic growing and appreciate organic farmers and the food that they produce. So lucky to have landed here, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for any place else. To look out our windows every morning and see our orange trees, to see the mountains in the west and in the east, and the river out front, and it's just been a really great life. Well, it's back to work for us orange farmers. We'll see you next time.